Animal cruelty is any act which causes undue harm or injury to an animal.
So I would say that animal cruelty is basically if you abuse your animal or your animal is neglected in some way. If it's malnourished, so like skin and bones, or if it's like um, exposed to the elements and it's not taken care of properly, I feel like that's more of animal cruelty.
To me, animal cruelty is neglect of an animal, physically abusing an animal, not providing for, if it's a pet, for example, their basic needs, food and water and shelter.
Animal cruelty to me is anything that harms or endangers animals.
Yes, I believe animal cruelty is an issue. I think it's evident in society. We see it on the news. We see different instances where people, they have puppy farms and don't take care of them and things like that.
Certainly, animal cruelty is an issue because there are people out there that like to torment or to injure animals for different gratifications.
I do believe that animal cruelty is an issue due to the fact that we're creating new laws that go against it, and also it's just something that we see a lot nowadays. I mean, we have TV shows on trying to prevent it. We have the ASPCA, PETA, like stuff like that that is going against that. So we definitely see it's a big move of trying to get rid of animal cruelty.
I believe animal cruelty is a huge issue. I think there's a lot of animals that are abused and neglected, and animals chained up, and dogs left chained with no water in the sun, animals left in vehicles in the cold or the heat, animals not fed. I just drove by a pen of horses the other day, and 2 of them were just skin and bones. So yes, I think animal cruelty is a huge issue. Okay, do I believe it's right to use animals as a food source? Yes, definitely. I think that's, I think God put animals on the earth for us to use as a food source. Should we use animals as a clothing source? Once again, I do believe that, as long as we're not mistreating or abusing the animal to obtain what we need. For testing and experimenting, I think the only reason that I would be for testing and experimenting on animals is if we're doing that to for the purpose of finding a cure for an illness or a disease that's going to help mankind in general in terms of health. I'm not for using animals for random testing, experimenting for the purposes of, things like makeup or soaps or shampoos or things like that.
I believe that we can use animals as food resources, but I think using them as clothing, entertainment, and anything else is unacceptable and sometimes can be unethical.
Oh, that's such a broad question. Food source, absolute. Clothing source, absolute. Again, as long as you're humanely killing them, you're not torturing them, not starving them unduly. For sport, yes. But then again, there's a big difference between a horse race, dog race versus a show animal at SeaWorld and a dog fight. Ask Michael Vick that one. He can probably explain that one better. But certainly if it's going to be something that's going to cause injury and harm to the animal intentionally for sport, that's no longer sport. To me, that's torture. So most of those I got to answer absolutely yes. But again, with the underlying understanding that, it's done humanely and you treat the animal right.
Using animals for food sources, clothing, yes, I think that's okay. I believe God put those animals on the earth for us to be able to eat them and take care of them. At the same time, respecting them though. As far as testing and experimenting, I guess that's controversial, but I know there's a lot of good that has come out of the testing of animals as far as the benefits that humans have received through medical care. And for entertainment, I guess I'm okay with that as long as they're not abusing the animals and neglecting them in any way. Yes, we do have pets. Is pet ownership a right? I don't know. That's kind of an interesting question. I do believe if you take on a pet, you need to be responsible, take care of them, feed them, keep them out of the cold, not kick them when they do something wrong or yell at them excessively. I don't know if it's a right, but I do believe if you have a pet, you need to take care of it in the right way.
Well, we interact on a daily basis, not just me, but the entire family. We raise animals year round for not only a meat source, but as an income. So we raise chickens and rabbits year round. So every day we have interactions with animals, and we have pets. We have dogs.
So I personally interact with the animal world by having domesticated animals. So I have 2 dogs and a cat, but that's pretty much it. I know like I have uncles and tias who own ranchos, and they have more of the animals such as like livestock.
I think it's unrealistic to say that that could possibly happen. In the wild, it's like a predator-prey relationship, and things are gonna die. Things are gonna be attacked per se. So
Probably not, just for the fact that I realize when we take a cow's life to have that meat provided to us, they're being harmed. So I don't think that's possible in what I believe.